All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. So let's talk about something here. I want to react first of all to this video by Thinking Basketball. It's been a while, and this is recent. So this is how Ant-Man carved up the Lakers' radical scheme, and I thought this would be cool because this should actually break down what was going on in this series. And one thing, I mean, I know the narrative is because Ant-Man barely had to score, right? He barely had to score in that Game 5 win. It was all Rudy Gobert. However, I watched the entire game. I think I watched the entire series. I'm pretty sure I watched all 5 games. And Ant-Man, I've seen him mature since last year. 100%, especially since last year's playoffs when I was really watching him. I see him react to the double team. Very smart now. He's daring, the defense is daring him to pass the ball. That's what the double team is all about at the top of the key. So he's moving the ball, and the team is playing just fine without him. You know what I mean? So then the Lakers, the defense has one choice to make: kill the double team. So the rest of the team stops killing you. That's when Ant-Man can unleash. And this is what I haven't seen done properly in the NBA in quite a few years here, because that's how it is. That's what, you're earning the respect. So go out there, hit a couple shots, earn that double team, and then the way you beat a double team is by having the rest of your team score so they can no longer double team you. That's when you beat that type of defensive scheme. I learned that from Jordan, obviously, growing up watching it, because that was when Jordan was successful. It started around 88 to 89, and he started figuring it out more and more as it went on. But if you were going to double team him, he was going to either shoot away from the double team to punish you, so it was a waste, or he was going to pass off to the open man and punish you for it until you stop double teaming him. And we've seen multiple games, well, at least I have, where the scheme changes on Jordan constantly. Double team, well, he killed you on a double team. So now single coverage, now he's scoring at will on single coverage. That's how you become that unstoppable player. And this is about Ant-Man. So I got to say, I saw it this series. And hopefully he keeps this and he's figured it out now. It's all clicked in his head that this is how you win. You know, it's not about just scoring 40 points a game or whatever. It's about defeating the scheme that's being presented against you. That's what makes the playoffs so cool. Anyways, long intro. Sorry. Let's get into it. I'm curious what Thinking Basketball has to say about it, because I really did enjoy watching what the Wolves did during this series. And I know the narrative is just the missed threes, but there was a lot more going on under the hood. So as I always do, I'm linking the original video down below for you guys. That's going to be in the description. Everyone, please leave this video a like. Let's do it right now.
Anthony Edwards might have been the best player in a series that involved Luka Doncic and LeBron James. And it was entirely because of his growth as a playmaker and decision maker. Last year, tons of fans were buzzing about Edwards' two-way athleticism. Then, during the regular season, he exploded as a pull-up shooter from deep, leading the league in three-pointers made. And in the playoffs, we're seeing that critical development as a playmaker to complement all his scoring pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm the most interested in. We know he can shoot at will. The guy's crazy as far as a scorer.
Scoring pressure is where Edwards' decision-making begins, because the Lakers just couldn't stay in front of him in this series. And you might be thinking, it's just weaker defenders.
Yep, so first quarter, this is how you earn the double team. You punish the one-on-one.
Like Luka, but he did unspeakable things to Rui Hachimura out in space. Yep. Not just there, but...
So it's perfect. You blow by enough times, they don't have a choice. They're going to have to double team you. And it's not just by shooting. You know, if he was just out there taking outside shots, you could live with that with single coverage. But if he's gonna just blow by his defender every single time there's single coverage, now we're in trouble, because your defense breaks down once a guy penetrates to the middle.
Game 4, when he was on an island with Ant, that huge deceleration left him in the dust again. And even one of LA's best on-ball defenders, Dorian Finney-Smith, had a hard time containing Ant's driving game. So the Lakers' personnel lacked the agility to stay with Ant's burst off the bounce. Austin Reeves doesn't exactly have quick feet, and Edwards goes by him like he's standing still here. And so when Reeves has him in isolation like that, he's freaking out about the drive, gets put on skates, and then Ant can bomb away.
This is why I say guys like Jordan or Allen Iverson or Kobe would just torch this current league. And I'm glad someone's doing it. I'm glad Ant-Man is actually doing it, because I've been frustrated with the defense I'm seeing and going, why won't someone just take it to the rack every time?
One way to solve this problem is with a rim protector behind the play to help the on-ball defender. And there were brief moments with Jackson Hayes out there where finishing was a little bit harder for Edwards. But LA's answer for much of this series was to go small and try to throw a ton of bodies in front of Ant and clog up his driving lanes. So on the sideline here, LeBron James is sitting on his left hand and tells Reeves to stay and overload the side, and they're hoping Edwards tries to shoot into all that pressure. And this is where the decision-making comes in, because when Ant sees that overload, he needs to skip the ball to the other side so his teammates can attack against a recovering defense.
There it is.
And he missed a few of these passes, but when he saw multiple bodies, he also made his fair share of skips.
Yep. And that's the cool thing. You know he's not stat padding right now, right? Because this is going to be a skip pass right here. If I'm a betting man, that's how I would rotate it. Because immediately the pass is going to go here. You're going to flip around. You're running. Who's wide open? But who gets no stat for this? Ant-Man. And that's why I'm loving this. Because I'm not seeing a stat patter. I'm seeing a coach, talk to a player and say, hey, I've got an idea, but it's not going to look good for your box score. And this guy's saying, I don't care, I want to win. That's what's in my head, at least, and what I saw on the floor.
Passes. That was high, but it was enough to exploit the defense and get something inside.
Yeah, I saw this a lot throughout the series.
This cat and mouse game was really fun with Edwards at the top of the floor, where LA slid the corner defenders way up into his driving lanes. And watch Luka here. He's going to slide up and sit on his right hand. And when Dante DiVincenzo cuts to pull him out of the way, the Lakers just switch it. So Austin Reeves takes DiVincenzo. Luka's on the corner now. But like LeBron, he slid.
Yeah, look at the three bodies on this side of the court here now with no solid coverage. LeBron's not committed.
Way up to help on Ant.
Yeah. Look at all this attention Ant-Man is garnering. This is in the first quarter, too, of game 2. Look, there's a triangle of defense right here. And you've got 1, 2 that are waiting to back up as a second line of defense. But if he gets through this first line of defense, which it looks like he might, guys, he's going to have 1, 2, 3 potential people to pass to. I forgot. I missed these videos from Thinking Basketball. This is good stuff. All right, let's see what he does here.
Makes it harder for Edwards to just blow by his defender. And even with that help, Minnesota...
Okay, it was a bad pass, but the idea was there. He needs to practice this.
Never creates an advantage and ends up with a contested late clock shot.
Randall
normally when Edwards has the ball...
By the way, shout out to Randall. What phenomenal defense I got to watch this series by him. Like, fantastic, man. He was, but guys, have you been watching any of the playoffs? The physicality is up this year in the playoffs, and it's actually been really enjoyable to watch. It's helped me realize that it's not so much about the threes that's bothering me. It's about the lack of physicality, all the tic-tac fouls, but they're actually letting things play. I'm seeing a lot of bumping and grinding and all kinds of stuff, and they're just not calling TikTok fouls yet in the playoffs. So I've been happy watching lately because it's been a while since I've enjoyed some basketball, but I'm enjoying the intensity level and the physicality a lot. It's also exposing people, it's exposing people who aren't used to this type of physicality, who aren't in proper shape because they're getting winded.
this spot, the defense would stick closer to each of their matchups, and that would give Ant large driving gaps to attack on either side. But the Lakers slid up to clog those gaps, even coming way up off the corner like this. So when the Wolves reposition their players on offense, instead of Finney-Smith following his man, LeBron just takes him, and now Dorian's actually guarding the corner. So he slides back up toward Ant, and he's there to throw off the drive when Edwards goes by Rui, and this can all look very confusing. Listen to Mike Breen when Finney-Smith doesn't follow his man down to the baseline.
Again, the zone defense from LA.
But it's not a zone, and this actually confused Ant a little when he saw it in game 2.
Yeah, this was the first time I've seen this one. Like, every time I caught the ball at the top, it was kind of like they was in a zone. Even when we cut guys through, they just stayed. So I got to be ready to make those reads.
LeBron was really
awesome. That's awesome to hear.
Messing with him off that corner, acting like he might all-out double him, which here caused Ant to move.
There we go. We got a committed double now. All right. So LeBron has left his man here.
But elsewhere and let someone else attack with more space. And on this one, he was practically taunting Ant to throw the ball to the corner, just hopping back and forth like he was ready to blitz, only to just deter any possible drive.
Damn.
But remember, Edwards led the league in pull-up threes this year, making 39% of them. So setting up that shot isn't a bad alternative.
Yeah, no, that top of the key three from Ant-Man, the shot drives me crazy sometimes, but damn, man, he definitely has worked on that shot. And by top of the key, I don't mean top of the key. I'm sorry. I mean right here, 3-point.
Only 8 for 35 in this series, and the Lakers did make them a little harder, but most importantly, he didn't turn it over in these spots. Ant finished with just...
and I couldn't help but think, because our version of Ant-Man here in Phoenix is Devin Booker, and anytime he sees a double team, that's where the turnovers begin. It's been rough to see him not quite figure it out. And that's why I was kind of wondering, like, can these young men figure this out? Are they willing to learn how to beat a double team? Or are they just going to be stubborn? Looks like Booker's been stubborn, but Ant-Man is actually, he's learning how to do it. I think he wants to win, guys. I think he's actually somebody who wants to win. I hope he doesn't prove me wrong on that one. We'll see what happens.
6 turnovers all series, our third lowest percentage among...
6 turnovers all series. 6 turnovers in 5 games. And he's the main ball handler. Wow. Let me rewind this a little bit.
But most importantly, he didn't turn it over in these spots. Ant finished with just 6 turnovers all series, our third lowest percentage among all volume players in the first round. So even though he never threw that pass over the top to the corner, he also never forced it there either. Oops. Basic passes can go a long way against an overloading scheme.
Man,
so,
I think I saw Steph Curry get 5. A recent game I watched. I can't remember which game it was. I mean, I've seen Steph Curry get 4 or 5 in just one single game dealing with the same type of double team. It's not as easy as it seems, but Ant-Man seems calm and composed.
Here, LeBron is
he's just reading the defense. You see his eyes.
Up, and Ant just makes a simple little pass to the corner that frees Conley, and now they can get it to the other side, and the defense can't keep up.
Yeah, he baited the shot here because Ant-Man will shoot this. So
lit up.
Let's see.
And Ant just makes a simple little pass.
So quick little move. He got LeBron just to take 1 or 2 steps away from his guy with this baited move right here.
Corner. That frees Conley, and now they can get it to the other side, and the defense can't keep up.
See, Ant-Man gets 0 credit for that on the box score. That's why I hate just relying on box scores when we're talking about players, guys. This is why. Ant-Man gets a big fat 0 for that play, but who really made that play happen? We all know. We just saw it. Good shot by Randall, but that was all initiated by all the attention on the defense being drawn to one guy. And that one guy not being selfish about it and just shooting it.
All it takes sometimes when they load up on the ball. He sees Luka helping, just moves it to Julius Randle, who can attack Doncic as he recovers. More help has to come, and that's what unlocks the corner shooter. And this is actually a big area of growth for Edwards. Last year, he wasn't making these simple ones frequently, and in the conference final...
No, he wasn't, and that's also part of the reason why, part of the reason why against Dallas, he ran out of gas at the end. So he was trying to do too much.
When Dallas loaded up on his drives, he would rarely make this basic pass that can be so valuable, and instead would often force the issue into traffic.
Yep, that's why, last year I was wondering, is he going to figure this out? Because he would do a lot of those panic passes because he got himself into a bad situation instead of reading the defense ahead of time. Because you see what he's doing nowadays.
Dallas loaded up on his drive.
I'm sorry, guys.
He would rarely make this basic pass that can be
See, now you've got 3 guys on you. You know, all you got to do is swing, and then he's going to swing over here, wide open 3. We've seen it enough times in the first half of this video to know this is the scheme. This is all you got to do. But, you know, he was still figuring it out last year. But what a change in one season, you guys. Like, he's been working. He's been working. He's been doing different things at practice other than just working on his shot like everyone else.
So valuable, and instead would often force the issue into traffic.
Because that's the goal. The goal was always to get the ball here. But that would be, direct assist. But the real way to do it was to swing the ball. And sorry, buddy, you don't get the credit. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles. But you're helping your team win. And that's why I'm so glad he's doing it now, because sometimes less is more.
But he put up a 5-to-1 assist ratio versus the Lakers by making these basic passes against defensive pressure. And this is a conservative yet powerful way to leverage his scoring threat, because it's not always easy for the defense to recover.
Wide open.
That one was night and day compared to
Hold on. This was too open. Who slept?
Yet powerful way to leverage his...
So LeBron commits to a double right out of the gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got someone right over here, huh? That we can't see. All right. So you, Luka, you. Okay. So it's supposed to be LeBron's commitment to be down here, I think.
Scoring
should be
threat,
wide open then,
because it's not.
Yeah. There's nobody here. Damn. Go figure. It was LeBron. It usually is. That was LeBron's job right there.
Always easy.
Luka can't guard all of this ground. Like, that's ridiculous.
For the defense to recover. That one was night and day compared to a similar spot in transition.
Just say it, thinking basketball. That one wasn't so brilliant. That was just that was LeBron's. That was LeBron. La defense
here, where Naz Reid
DPOY
is wide open. He could attack himself or then hit the corner shooter,
or hit Gobert right there.
Edwards played one-on
lob the Gobert, or a lob here. Yes, he had so many options here. Dang, 1, 2, the lob to Gobert. Now it's over. That opportunity's over. So what's he gonna do?
Into traffic and ended up with a turnover.
Yep.
It's the same thing in pick and roll. If the defense sends multiple defenders, a simple pass sets up a wide open shot.
There it is.
Or if he's trapped like he is on this play, a quick early pass to the roller causes issues.
There you go. Yeah, hit Gobert.
For a small defense. Compare that to last year, where some of these basic pick and roll passes were a bit of an adventure for Ant.
He threw it at his ankles.
Either because of how he read the play or because of his deliveries. Edwards still doesn't have great vision per se. He's not snapping layup passes to his roller, and he's rarely hitting them for lob opportunities in these kinds of spots. And on this play,
to be fair, Gobert's not much of a lob type guy. But yeah, he can definitely improve. But he kicked the door down, which is the important thing. So hopefully he continues to improve this.
Is trapped after the ball screen, and his teammates telling him to hit Mike Conley up top, but he doesn't always map the court out like that, although the brief double team still created an opening for Conley to attack.
I see that as okay though, because Ant couldn't see this, and his momentum was heading this way, which is fine. But his eyes are matching there. So if you see the read, fine, let's get you the ball. You can make that skip pass.
Top, but he doesn't always map the court out like that. Although the brief double
Yeah,
team,
because if he would have spun around 180 and made the pass, that's a risky play to make.
still created an opening for Conley to attack. Another subtle improvement is how he's keeping his dribble alive against pressure. So he doesn't hit the shooter on the pop here, but when he hits traffic, he keeps the dribble alive, and suddenly there's space to attack, and he leaves a Laker in his wake. And last year, I thought he was way too quick to pick up the dribble against pressure or even in just basic passing spots. But in this series, just keeping it alive until the moment he passes really helped his turnover percentages and created advantages for the Minnesota offense. One of the most important plays of the entire series came when Edwards was trapped, kept his...
Okay, that's solid defense here. You got one guy you can pitch to right now. That's about it. Let's see what happens.
Dribble alive too.
Okay, good movement here. You got a cutter towards the middle. That should cause you to move up, or Luka to pay attention.
Really stretch out the defense.
There we go. Now we got a wide open guy over here. It's coming together.
Find a teammate, and then it's a huge and one to swing game 4.
Or that works too.
And finally, he's been more patient this season. This can be general patience, like keeping the dribble alive and then spotting an opening and blowing by the defense for an easy layup. Or it can be keeping the dribble alive as he reaches pressure. Multiple defenders are in front of him here, and that little hesitation to slow down and then go basically creates a layup. And he does the same thing here as Luka is moving into his driving space. Ant pauses to see if he commits. He doesn't, so he bursts through to the next level and creates another wide open triple.
And there you go. No assist on that one, but that was cool right there. That was cool. He was gauging the commitment level of that double team.
He's even patient at the end of his drive.
That was a good look, though. That was just a terrible shot.
Approaching the rim. He slows up just a little here to survey the situation.
Yeah, he's got to start lobbing a little bit. He definitely does. I think basketball's right. I don't know if Gobert is exactly that dude to catch and dunk a lob, but hey, the opportunity's right there. Was Luka gonna stop him? I don't think so.
Lob to Rudy's there,
pop it up.
But it doesn't even matter sometimes. And
okay, well, you could do that too, I guess.
Key benefit to slowing down a bit on the approach is that it is easier to spot those high-value dimes.
There you go.
Compare that to last season, where he would often kamikaze toward the rim once he had an opening, and he was essentially playing at one speed on the entire drive, which makes it harder to playmake and easier to time him up defensively. The play that really hammered this home for me was this drive against the Lakers where he keeps the dribble going, finally gets free, and then Reeves steps up thinking he's taking a charge.
By the way, you see how they're not calling fouls on this kind of stuff? A lot of pushing and shoving going on, a lot of contact. I hope I wish they would make all season like this.
Ant never comes close to him. And in real time, you can really see the control he has approaching.
Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, Randall was sitting there wide open that whole play, though. Is that Luka? Is that here?
Close to him. And in real time, you can really...
Yeah, that's a flat-footed Luka right there.
See the control he has.
But someone's got to put a body on Gobert. 1, 2, 3. Reeves is just standing in the middle there. Yeah, you can't leave Randall that wide open, though, because he was hitting these shots.
Approaching the rim. Now, the Lakers were probably...
I wouldn't have Austin Reeves in the middle there. That's for one thing. He's not going to do anything against Gobert, and he's definitely not going to block Ant-Man if he makes it all the way to the rim. So I'm not sure what the hell he's doing there.
An ideal opponent for Edwards to showcase this kind of growth, almost like he's training with the computer set to easy mode. But look at this critical play at the end of Game 2 versus Dallas last year, where Edwards is driving left, has one shooter in the far corner.
Lob to Gobert. He's right here.
But more importantly, has a wide open shooter to his right, either doesn't trust it or doesn't see it, and the result is a disastrous turnover. But this season, he's flying down the lane headed to his left. Bodies are in the paint.
Yeah, every time he's driving or just dribbling or doing anything, his head is scanning everything. And that's really cool. That's really cool to me to see.
And he knows that
There it
corner
is.
option's there, and that creates a warm-up shot.
Yep.
So, at just 23, Ant has demonstrated a clear improvement in a number of areas related to his decision-making. And the big questions...
isn't that a travel anyways, though?
in
Hold
a number of areas related to his decision.
Okay. So he's planted it. His right foot is up in the air. His left foot is now
Making-
the pivot foot, right?
And-
Okay. Step. If he lifts off of both of these feet right now, it's not a travel. Nope. He lifted his pivot foot. So there's literally no pivot foot here. But yeah. It's not like basketball is ever going to get great, but at least there's a little more physicality. The travels still kill me.
Big questions moving forward are how much more can he grow as a passer, and how much better will these improvements make him against the best defenses in the
Agreed.
game. If you want to work in basketball, I have the place for you. It's Sports Business Classroom's immersive program inside Summer League in Las Vegas. Past instructors in this program have included Commissioner Adam Silver, Mike D'Antoni, and tons of other industry leaders in the NBA and in media.
Wow.
Sign up using the code GREATDAY for $300 off. There's
Oh,
more
it's a paid
information
experience.
in the description box below if you are interested.
I thought he meant
to
like a
support
job.
this channel, patreon.com/thinkingbasketball. That's where we have proprietary stats on teams and players throughout the year. We also have a Discord community, and you can get all of our extra video content over there, or sign up on YouTube as a member, where we also live stream the podcast.
That's cool.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end on this one. Hope you enjoyed it and that you are having a great day.
That's cool. Yeah, I was kind of hoping at first when he was showing that was like it was a job. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. What are they doing, like play calling? Because that would be pretty fun, like play-by-play, commentating. That is. Well, okay, let's unpack the video. Yes, Ant-Man at this point has proven to be a dangerous scorer. He can score at will. We know this, and he's finally on that second step, is what I see. How good will he get at the second step? Time will tell. He doesn't have it all right now, but it does remind me a little bit of late 80s Jordan, when he just started figuring out how to break the double team, as opposed to just like, jump over to double team like the freak that Michael Jordan was back then. But he started realizing, through coaching, that, wait, I can hit the open guy, move the ball around, and then eventually the triangle was implemented, and that was the perfect thing for him. But can Ant-Man figure it out too? I see the first stages of him figuring it out. If he continues on this team with the same coach, I think the future is bright. If they suddenly blow up the team or fire the coach or do something crazy like that, then it might go differently. You know what I mean? But whatever is going on between him and his coach, I think there's a good harmony there, and there's a good level of respect between the two of them. So this could be something really cool. We'll see how good it gets. For now, it's a good start, because I'm not seeing many stars at all understand what the double team is, and basically if you're getting double teamed, you're one step closer to beating these guys. All you have to do is figure out how to beat the double team, and then you already won. It's over. They can't figure you out at that point, and you can score at will. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Did you guys watch the series? Because I couldn't watch a lot of regular season ball because of the ridiculous officiating, the softball. Nobody was playing with intensity. But in the playoffs, it's been pretty entertaining because I see that intensity level go up. and I've seen the physicality level go up, and the refs have been pocketing their whistle a hell of a lot more, which is really cool. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to continue watching the playoffs, even though most of the teams I do enjoy watching, well, they're pretty much gone, but there's a couple left at least. So I either need a team to root for or a villain. The villain's gone, so now it's just kind of like, all right, I missed last year when I had Dallas to kind of cherry pick on, but this year I don't really have that. Anyways, I'm gonna head out of here. Before I head out, I'm just gonna do a quick shout out to all of the members now, starting with in order of subscription. RightHandKam was the first one to join on. You're the man for that. Big Wingston, Made ZO2, I Set the Tone, Keith Brazell, Sam 1310, and Radio Silence 85. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you all. Leave a like, leave a comment. We'll have a good conversation down below like we always do. You members, you guys are highlighted in the comments, so I'll see you guys really easily. And guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out until then. I'll see you down below. And that sounds terrible, so I better get out of here. And be water, my friends.